Welcome back, everyone. It's Charlie. The Loki people have been posting more deleted scenes and alternate endings to the series. Some of them are radically different takes on what God Loki winds up turning into and how he controls the multiverse now. Like, he looks way more powerful in some of these deleted scenes, like the most powerful character in all the MCU. So we'll break it all down. If you're brand new to the channel, be sure to subscribe to get all the episodes. We have What If Season 2 coming up. Some of the deleted scenes actually look like they're based on the What If series. We're also doing that giveaway for the Loki Blu-rays, Mandalorian. There's a bunch of Blu-rays that they're finally making for the Disney Plus series. All you have to do to enter that is be a subscriber and just post all your theories about what you want Loki to be doing next in the MCU. I'll name a couple giveaway winners during this video too. Careful for spoilers if you have not seen the Loki finale yet. I think most people have seen it by now. But at the end of the finale, per the Loki producers and the Marvel people, Loki chose to try and beat He Who Remains and escape his design of the multiverse that he was calling the Sacred Timeline and break free from the time loop controlled by the Loom by literally breaking the Loom. Doing so causes all the timelines of the entire multiverse, like the wider multiverse, to start dying, and he uses his newly unlocked power as God of Stories Loki to re-energize the timelines and keep them alive, binding them all together in what becomes a cosmic representation of the true world tree as is meant to exist in the MCU. Like a higher depiction than we saw during Thor: The Dark World. Then sitting on the remains of He Who Remains, Citadel at the end of time as custodian of the Marvel Universe, as the Loki producers call him. That's how they're affectionately referring to his new role in the MCU. They're saying that he's meant to be based on the God of Stories Loki, and they're just calling him God Loki. So you can call him whatever you want, but this is meant to be his true God form that he was always destined to achieve. God of Mischief Loki was always meant to be like a lesser form, like a lesser version of the character before this evolution, before he unlocked his true God of Stories power inside himself to manipulate time. As you would expect with any Marvel movie or TV series, like this is true for all of them, there were a number of alternate endings and deleted scenes. A lot of different ideas that they had for Loki's ending during the series and He Who Remains and what his powers would be, basically.
It feels like it's a re-acceptance of something, or a redefinition of himself somehow, because he's been through so much and so much struggle and so much suffering and so many questions, and to sort of come back.
The first major one you may have seen recently is what looks like Loki turning into more of a Watcher type of character, not becoming the actual Watcher like Uatu, but basically it amounts to the same thing, like the same type of role that he would watch over the multiverse. It's no coincidence that we have the What If Season 2 episodes also happening in a couple weeks. I'll do videos for all those episodes when they do release. But originally, they were supposed to release What If Season 2 before Loki Season 2, so I think behind the scenes, they were initially figuring out what Loki's new powers were going to be and how they were going to work, and they were using the Watcher as a template for that, like the What If series in general, with the way he handles the multiverse. If it wasn't clear, the What If series is a different part of the multiverse, but it is canon to the larger MCU, in the same way that Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, Andrew Garfield's Amazing Spider-Man universe, Tom Hardy's Venom universe are all canon to the MCU now. That's why you see a lot of similar-looking characters like Captain Carter or Doctor Strange Supreme appearing in the live-action movies. But notice this scene of Watcher Loki, as we'll call him for the purposes of this video. His power manifests as the same type of cosmic energy that the Watcher gives off. That's called the Kirby Crackle effect. It's a visual style created by Jack Kirby during the original Fantastic Four comics, and it's meant to depict cosmic energy. And it looks like his entire body was meant to evolve into a more cosmic form, like his whole body is radiating this cosmic energy effect. He almost seems way more powerful as this version of the character than in the final cut, kind of the way that you see the Watcher appearing in all the What If episodes. The way he sort of blends in with the fabric of the multiverse, like the way that all the regular characters in the What If episodes existing in the third dimension look up in outer space and see his sort of outline amongst the stars. I think the idea is that Loki would be a little bit more like this. They also use this Kirby Crackle effect during the What If episodes when the Watcher's fighting Infinity Ultron. In the Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, Across the Spider-Verse, people also used it in both those movies to depict the Super Collider when it was breaching the multiverse. Notice the crystalline structures here too. It also looks like they plan to depict the multiverse in the Loki finale, the different timelines, to look more like the Watcher's base during What If, in the way that they depict the multiverse during that series. It just looks way more crystalline, as opposed to the ropes that they used during the final episodes of Loki. I think the ropes as timelines work a little bit better within this representation. It also helps clarify that Loki is in a higher dimension when this is happening, and that's why he's able to perceive timelines as physical ropes, and he can actually reach out and grab them. He's literally grabbing time, and that wouldn't be possible unless you were in a higher dimension. It also explains how the Watcher exists in his little space here, like his little base. It's a pocket dimension of itself that exists above the normal MCU timeline. The next deleted scene from the Loki finale is actually in this part here after he's decided to try and beat He Who Remains in his own game, and instead of breaking the loom like he did in the final cut, in this deleted version, he would have totally fixed the loom, then ascended to the same throne that he created for himself out of the remains of He Who Remains Citadel at the end of time. They said the very obvious reason why they get rid of that was because it kind of didn't make sense. Like, it didn't work thematically with what Loki was trying to do. Like, he was trying to beat He Who Remains at his own game by not playing into his game. And the whole idea is that He Who Remains wanted to preserve the loom because it kept his stranglehold on the multiverse. So if Loki had fixed that at the end of the finale, then ascended the throne, it just wouldn't have made sense. Then probably one of the crazier endings that they had originally planned for the series goes back to before they decided to make He Who Remains a Kang variant. So this is before they decided to make Avengers 5 Kang Dynasty, to use Kang the Conqueror as the main villain of Ant-Man the Wasp Quantumania. Originally, during the Loki finale, they had cast Jonathan Majors to play He Who Remains, and they started the series planning to reveal that He Who Remains was just another Loki variant that looked like Jonathan Majors. Play the Agatha All Along theme song again. It was Loki all along. Some of you might have had this theory during Loki Season 1, like maybe he's just another Loki in disguise. But it wasn't until after Jonathan Majors' performance in his original scenes that they decided to make He Who Remains a Kang variant instead and upgrade him to sort of an Avengers-level threat, like turn into this big Council of Kangs thing. It also might come as a surprise to know that they originally did not plan to make a Loki Season 2. That's why Loki Season 2 kind of feels like it could just be episodes 7 and 8 of Loki Season 1. If you think about it, not a lot happens during the events of Loki Season 2. In fact, you could actually speedrun those first couple of episodes and then just have that final episode. As Tom Hiddleston explains it, it was always their intention to eventually get Loki to this moment here, but when they started, they weren't going to do multiple seasons of Disney Plus shows. That's why the original showrunner didn't come back for Loki Season 2, because Marvel didn't decide to do it till like way after the series was done, and she'd already moved on to another job because she needed more work. By now, you've all heard about all the chaos behind Marvel. They've delayed a lot of stuff happening in 2024. They've completely changed the way they do their Marvel TV series. Part of the reason for that is because they decided this whole 6-episode event series just was not working for them as a business model in general. So what they're doing now is focusing on making fewer shows overall, making them more quality, longer episode runs, and part of the reason for that is the idea that they might actually license some of these Disney Plus shows to other networks, and other networks can insert traditional ad breaks like a normal hour-long episode of TV that you would watch on broadcast television back in the day. Post all the memes, it's been 84 years since we watched traditional broadcast TV on a normal TV network. That's basically where streaming television is headed, like we're headed back to the way television used to be, but just delivered digitally instead. Right now, the best example of that, of Marvel behind the scenes, is Daredevil Born Again. Like, they kind of canceled what they were originally doing with the series and they've rebooted it again, but it was going to be 18 episodes in season 1, like a traditional TV season used to be, up to like 22 episodes per season. Part of the reason for that is because they're kind of shifting towards that model of the Marvel Disney Plus series, but there's obviously a lot in the future they haven't announced yet. There are a couple series they haven't released yet that were made under the old method. We'll find out about what's going on in the next couple years though. Generally, their focus now is on doing less, but doing more quality projects, just in general, between the movies and the TV series, so I think that's good news all around. Being able to license their shows to other networks also gives them way more money, making the series much more sustainable long-term too, because Disney, if you didn't realize, is losing a ton of money on Disney Plus. It's the same for all the other big streamers too. Even Netflix doesn't make as much money as you think. There are a couple other Loki videos that I'm working on because they've already revealed that they plan on reuniting it with Thor. They're making Thor 5, apparently. They plan on having Loki in Avengers 5 Kang Dynasty, Secret Wars. There's a lot of stuff happening behind the scenes, and there are a couple other related trailers that they dropped recently, so I'll try to do videos for everything as quickly as possible. Make sure you enable alerts for my channel so you don't miss any of that. Congratulations, STEM2049 and Red's Wasted Talents. You're the giveaway winner from my last big Loki video. Please email me on the About page of my channel so I can get your contact details. Click here for my Loki Season 3 video, and click here for that brand new Marvel What If Season 2 trailer video. Episodes for that starting really soon. Thank you so much for watching. Everyone stay safe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.